Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast, where I try to keep you up to date and shed a little light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. A heartfelt thank you to all our loyal listeners and viewers for your unwavering support and active engagement. Your contributions have been pivotal in the evolution of this platform. If you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and join me on social media at Packer Mentality. Don't forget, you can tune into this podcast on all your favorite platforms. It's been a roller coaster to start free agency for Packers fans. Gut wrenching and heartbreaking releases for a couple of guys that I think, at the very least, are going to end up in the Packers Hall of Fame. Packers also came to agreements with a few really exciting free agents that I think are really going to help this team. Let's review what's happened so far and how it might affect the Packers draft strategy in my mock draft that we'll have at the end of this episode. Starting on Sunday, news came out that the Packers have designated linebacker Devondre Campbell for a June 1st release. That will save the Packers about $10 million at that time. Doesn't help them in free agency right now, but it is a kind of a war chest for them to use during the season. Then Monday's chaos began with the release of David Bakhtiari, which saved the Packers around $20 million. Packers then signed running back Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. Packers fans were really excited about the prospect of having a backfield of Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. That ended very quickly with the release of Aaron Jones. One minor benefit of that probably saved the Packers about $12 million or so, which they basically turned around and gave to Josh Jacobs. Packers then signed safety Xavier McKinney, which I think just about everybody was very happy to see. It was something I was hoping for. As you might have noticed in my last episode, he was one of the guys I wanted the Packers to sign. It fills that post safety very well for the Packers. I think he does everything you need at that position. But we lost David Bakhtiari and Aaron Jones. Those two guys did great things for the Packers. Their careers in Green Bay should be celebrated. Remember those times and be grateful that we all got to experience them. Don't let the business part of the NFL ruin that for you. Now, we hope that the two guys the Packers brought in are going to create their own great memories. So let's take a look at those two guys. We'll start with Xavier McKinney, free safety from the New York Giants. 6 foot, 201 pounds, second round pick in 2020 out of Alabama. 116 tackles, half a sack, 11 pass defense, 3 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble in 2023. Allowed only a passer rating of 52.1. His Pro Football Focus grade last season, 87.8. That was 70.5 against the run and 91.2 in pass coverage. Packers also brought in running back Josh Jacobs from the Las Vegas Raiders. He's 5'10", 223 pounds. He was a first-round pick in 2019, also out of Alabama. In 2023, 223 carries, 805 yards, 6 touchdowns, but he was playing for a bad Raiders team. I live in Las Vegas. I hear all the time what a mess that team has been for the past few seasons. Terrible quarterback play and terrible offensive line play. In 2022, Jacobs was fantastic. 339 carries for 1,653 yards. That led the NFL. 12 touchdowns and a 91.6 grade. That is the guy the Packers think they're going to get. Also coming back to the Packers are Tyler Davis, Keyshawn Nixon, and Collier Ballantyne. So some contributors and some depth at tight end and cornerback for the Packers. Not coming back will be John Runyon Jr., guard. He'll be going to the Giants. Darnell Savage is going to the Jaguars. Jonathan Owens going to the Bears. That's two of your safeties right there. And after the Packers released him, Aaron Jones came to an agreement with the Vikings. Of course. I'm pretty confident that the Packers are not done bringing in new talent, but how does this roster look now with these signings if we were to do a draft right now? How much has this roster changed? Well, we're still going to need two safeties. We did fill one of the starter spots with McKinney. We had three openings. We still need a running back to replace A.J. Dillon, unless we bring him back. We still need a linebacker to replace Devondre Campbell. We expected that. I think we still need another body or two at cornerback. We need a guard to replace John Runyon Jr., and we need one more tackle to replace David Bakhtiari. We're going to do a 4-round mock draft today, and later in the week, we'll do a full mock draft 7 rounds. Here we are back in the Pro Football Focus mock draft simulator. As I said, we're only doing 4 rounds today. Trades still in play if we want to. Let's go. At pick number 25, with the addition of Xavier McKinney, safety isn't quite as dire a need at this point. So the Packers could look at another position. And since he is still available, we're going to go with Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon. He can play guard or center. In 2023, he had a grade of an 84.3. In 2022, 84.1. And he has the power and finesse traits at center or guard for both zone or man blocking concepts, according to Pro Football Focus. And he would definitely fill a need for the Packers. With pick number 41, we traded back with the Colts to number 46. Gave them 41. We received 46 and 82, another pick in the top 100. At pick number 46, we are going to take a different name out of the safety group. Jaden Hicks, the safety out of Washington State. 6'3", 212, at a 76.6 grade in 2023. Played a lot in the box and in the slot, over 500 snaps in the box or in the slot, and then 200 snaps deep. I think he would make a really good box safety for the Packers. Hicks appears to be a very good tackler, can play at all levels of the field. According to Pro Football Focus, he is a consistent pre-snap communicator when the offense uses motion and does well to anticipate where the ball is going in zone roaming coverage roles. Demonstrates tone-setting tackling. His cornerback background gives him a good baseline for slot man coverage assignments. He still lacks long speed and twitch, but he can keep things in front of him and has good speed to make plays downfield. I'm really starting to like this particular draft. At pick number 58, we're going to fill a need at linebacker. Take Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker out of Texas A&M. At pick number 82, we're going to go with the running back Jalen Wright, halfback out of Tennessee. 5'11", 210, Pro Football Focus grade of a 91.0. Is a very good pass protector. 136 attempts, just over 1,000 yards, 7.4 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, 22 receptions for 141 yards, and has breakaway speed. At pick number 88, we're going to go with the cornerback out of Kentucky, Andrew Phillips. 6 foot 187. He is a heavy press coverage corner, which I think will fit very well with the Packers. A 71.7 grade in 2023, playing primarily on the outside, but he has played a lot in the slot as well. At pick number 91, And since I do know that the Packers did meet with this player at the combine, we're going to take a look at Sione Vaki, the safety out of Utah. He is a two-way player. He has played running back as well at Utah. 6'2", 208, 66.8 grade in 2023, a 79.5 grade in 2022. At pick number 126, going to add some competition, some depth at offensive tackle. Christian Jones, the tackle from Texas, has played both right and left tackle for the Longhorns. 907 snaps in 2023, a grade of 75.2. 877 snaps, a grade of 70.7 in 2022. He did have 689 snaps in 2021 at left tackle. The other 2 years were at right tackle. Jones has position versatility, which the Packers like. At pick number 169, going to go with a guard out of Michigan, Trevor Keegan, 6'6", 320, 836 snaps in 2023, a 68.6 grade. Played left guard for most of his career at Michigan. And that's going to do it for the draft. All right. How did we do in the draft? In round one, we brought in a center, possibly, or a guard, Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon. In round two, we traded down, picked up Jaden Hicks, safety out of Washington State at number 46. At number 58, picked up Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M. In round three, picked up a home run hitting and excellent pass blocker, running back Jalen Wright out of Tennessee. Also in round three, press corner Andrew Phillips out of Kentucky. Round three, pick 91. Two-way player Sione Vaki out of Utah. Safety on defense, running back on offense. Round four, tackle Christian Jones out of Texas. And in round five, guard Trevor Keegan out of Michigan. I'll return later in the week to dissect any free agency updates regarding the Packers and their implications for the upcoming draft. As we wrap up this episode, I'd like to remind you to be sure to subscribe and engage with me on social media. Wishing all of you a fantastic remainder of the week. Go Pack, go.